cases in Georgia today, breaking the record set just 2 days ago. Already, the Peach State is reporting nearly 8,000 new cases today, and that's not even a complete report yet. That's almost 2,000 more new cases today than the previous record. And even with the COVID vaccine and AU's new antibody clinic, local health experts are concerned about hospitalizations. Local hospitals saw a post-Thanksgiving case surge. Now they're urging people to be careful to avoid an even bigger spike this Christmas. Brady Trapnell has some steps you can take to stay safe.
It's only a day before Christmas, and nothing's hardly changed at AU Health or any of our local hospitals. COVID-19 hospitalizations are still at their peak, and health officials are encouraging families to consider that as they plan for gatherings. With hospitalizations high, keep the gatherings small. That's the message from health officials. AU Health says every person you add to a gathering is additional risk. Some pretty simple steps you can take: wear masks and social distance during meal times. Health officials say it's better to be cautious than to have regret. And it may be better, especially if you have high-risk family, to meet with just your immediate family. AU says they've had record-setting numbers this week, with many people getting tested before seeing family. More than 2,300 calls to their hotline on Tuesday alone. Dr. Philip Kuhl, AU's chief medical officer, says this Christmas is a challenge for everyone.
Yes, it's terrible. We want everyone to be together, but we really need to consider the longer-term implications of what may happen. Please consider that you want many more Christmases, not just this one.
Dr. Kuhl says even his own family is struggling to figure out how to do this well. But health officials say you need to do your part and help relieve some stress on the whole hospital system. Reporting in Augusta, Brady Trapnell on your side.
AU says they're anticipating another spike in cases after Christmas. They're just hoping it isn't worse than Thanksgiving. Many healthcare workers are sacrificing their own Christmas celebrations to keep up with the new COVID infections. A record of 119,000 people are hospitalized in the U.S. ICUs are already full in some areas, and the worst of the pandemic may be still to come. To weather now as we take a look over Wheeler Road. Still an incredible life-saving rescue, all caught on body camera footage. Morgan Chesky shows us how 7 people beat the odds and made it out alive.
We're coming to you. We need a pry bar. We need a pry bar.
A dramatic rescue captured on body camera.
Where's she? Here, get your leg out. Get your leg out.
The video released Wednesday shows the chilling aftermath of a house explosion in Porter, Indiana. It happened back in September. Jason Boomsma's family trapped in the debris, incredibly pulled to safety as fire rages.
One called out, "Where's the baby?" And I jumped up and I had to go find her.
Hey, we need to move. We gotta get moving.
My leg is broke. My leg
Okay.
is so broke.
It's gonna get hotter. Keep moving her.
Jason's 3-year-old granddaughter pulled from the rubble.
The leg is stuck. I need a pry bar. I got you, baby. Hold it, buddy. Hold it. Huh? Hold it. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. We're going. There, go. Go, go. Go, come with me.
Kayla Boomsma, also buried in the debris with collapsed lungs, yanked to safety by the responding emergency team.
All hands on deck. Let's go. Let's go.
My brother came in and lifted the mattress off me, and everybody had to just drag me out. I was, safe. It was a huge relief.
Authorities say a natural gas explosion leveled the home, causing multiple injuries to those inside. The 3-year-old girl was airlifted to Chicago for medical treatment and is now back with her family. 7 people were seriously injured, but amazingly, everyone survived. Lieutenant Kevin Van Clay was awarded the Medal of Honor this week for the harrowing rescue, and more are expected in the weeks to come.
That day, you truly saw everybody put everything aside. We had an entire neighborhood come together.
Hold it. Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
An inspiring act of courage and care that'll never be forgotten.
I'll be forever grateful.
Go, go.
7 people went into the house, 7 people came out.
Go.
Certainly crazy video there to watch, but thankfully a miracle that everyone made it out all right. A winter storm blanketing portions of Minnesota and areas of the Midwest with snow. Minneapolis saw about 8 inches just last night. Now that winter storm is headed towards the East Coast with winter weather warnings and advisories making it all the way to North Georgia. Riley, I just can't get over the thought of 8 inches of snow. Just walking outside your house and seeing that. It's time to build a snowman, make snow angels, all of it.
It definitely is, and I'm wanting snow, but I say that hesitantly. But no snow in our forecast tonight, but there is actually some flakes falling in North Georgia, portions of the Appalachians, so it's close to us, and it will be a welcome sight to Santa as he does head our way late tonight. He is currently over Europe. I think he was over Paris just a few minutes ago, so it's going to take some time for him to reach the States here across the pond, but by the time we get to just after midnight, Santa should be kind of heading towards South Florida, heading towards Miami, right around midnight, so that puts him in our area right between midnight and 2 a.m. So just be sure you are in bed by that time frame because Santa will be moving through quickly. We are expecting a lot of rain, warmer rolling into next week.
Thanks, Riley. And another live look outside in North Augusta showing you some lovely Christmas decorations. This is a stop on the best Christmas lights from Google Maps we told you about earlier. And if you want to see a list of awesome places to go to see some Christmas displays, you can head to our website and there's a link. But I love this. You see some polar bears, Santa in the background on a sleigh. It looks like Santa again, and there's a igloo, it looks like, but very creative. Still ahead, if you're still waiting on a gift to arrive in the mail, or even if you've just been slacking, you've still got some options. Last second gift ideas when we get back.
I have to talk to my...
The NRSC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Are you still waiting for a gift to be shipped? As many as 10 million packages aren't being delivered on time, and that number grows higher every day. Jamie Tucker shows us last-minute gift ideas for everyone on your list.
Now, you might say these last-minute gift ideas are really last second. These are gifts that you can order, purchase, pay for, and have delivered almost immediately. All you need is your smartphone and their email address.
The iTunes Store is a great place to start. You can purchase music, movies, games, apps, and gift them to someone on your list. Are they fans of The Office? That series is leaving Netflix soon, but you can gift them the entire series, all 194 episodes, for $30. How to purchase as a gift? Go to the iTunes Store app on your phone, tablet, or Mac, find the show, tap the share button at the top, then choose Gift. You only need their email address. Masterclass has a great buy one, get one deal right now. This $180 a year app has over 100 video classes from some of the world's best minds. Great gift for lifelong learners. You'll have to gift it, though, through their website, masterclass.com. Order it for yourself and send the other to your friend. DoorDash is another option. Using the app on your phone, order some food from their favorite restaurant and have it delivered at the time and date you choose to their house. And this one takes a little more work, but can still be done in a couple of minutes. SiriusXM needs only the VIN from their vehicle or their Sirius ID. And as long as their car is equipped with Sirius built in, you can get them a 6-month or annual subscription to over 100 ad-free stations. They've got a special running, too, $60 for a 1-year subscription.
So if some of the things you've ordered won't be here in time, or someone surprises you with a gift and you don't have anything for them, these gift ideas are not just easy, they're thoughtful. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Thank you, Jamie, for those ideas. And look at this. These babies are the cutest holiday gift there is. Hospital staff in Tennessee made these outfits by hand, and then they dressed up the babies on the NICU there. Each child's gift tag has a word that describes them, like grace, promise, and hope. Definitely sweet pictures and something parents can always hold on to. Very sweet outfits. Riley?
Hey, that's a great Christmas present right there. We are expecting some very cold weather to move in for our Christmas day, and it's going to stick around through the weekend. Now look at that forecast for you just after the break.
And it's cold at the North Pole, so Santa's taking advantage of his travels to get some beach time. We'll take you there in a few minutes.
I'm Raphael Warnock, and
From our new Swell 26 family viewers, have a very happy holiday season.
Before heading out for Christmas, Santa caught some waves. He grabbed his surfboard and headed into the ocean on the coast of Florida this morning. Usually he invites hundreds of his helpers, but because of the pandemic, Santa went solo this year, and check him out. Santa's just a great surfer. He can do just about anything, it seems like. I need some tips from Santa. And check them out here. Visitors to an aquarium in Thailand received a Christmas surprise. Santa Claus descended into the water carrying a sack full of food surrounded by fish, and you see him there feeding the fish. I'm sure the fish were just as happy as Santa was just to have Santa in there with them, feeding them. But yeah, Santa's just having a great time today. He is busy.
Hey, he is touring the world, especially tonight. I think he's over Europe right now, and he's expected to be close to our area by around midnight to around 2 a.m. So if you have anybody wondering if Santa's going to make it through that strong cold front moving through, should be A-okay. He's used to the cold, used to the wind. A little bit of rain never hurt him either. By the time we get to around midnight, Santa should be approaching South Florida. He's going to hit Puerto Rico, Cuba, the Bahamas, and then head towards us here in Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina next. So by 12 to 2 a.m., that appears to be a good bet to where we'll see Santa head our way. Now, for your Christmas Day plans, we are expecting a very cold day. Temperature is expected to only top out into the low 40s tomorrow afternoon. Now, that's your actual temperature. But remember in the summertime when we would talk about the humidity, the heat index, how actual temperature doesn't necessarily what it feels like. So in the wintertime, when the wind's howling, it wicks away moisture and heat away from your body. So it makes it feel a lot colder. So these temperatures tomorrow morning going to feel like 20. High temperatures tomorrow are going to feel like 30. So we are expected to feel below freezing all day long on Friday. Heading into the weekend, we do warm up just a tad and finally getting it back to the 60s by Monday.
Thanks, Riley. We'll be back in just a few minutes for News 12 at 6 o'clock. We hope to see you there. Stick with us. Little knows just how much she is loved. We show you the incredible gesture. But we start tonight with what's been a rainy Christmas Eve as we take a live look over a slick Calhoun Expressway. Riley, please tell us this rain is going to stop in time for Christmas.
By Christmas morning, we are expecting dry weather. It is actually going to feel like Christmas, actually the coldest Christmas we've seen in about 16 years tomorrow. So get ready for some very cold air to move in behind all this rain. All this rain is thanks to a very powerful cold front. So ahead of the front, you see the rain. Behind the front, you see that big cool down. That's in store for us tonight. And this rain is expected to continue for us here in the Augusta Metro, most likely at least the next 2 hours before we finally see this rain shield move east of us. Our eastern counties are going to be the last ones to see this rain move out, so that rain can linger until around 9, 10 o'clock for y'all. And then for our western counties, this rain should be ending for you within the next couple of hours. If you have plans to step out this evening for maybe some of those Christmas Eve services, we are expecting the rain chance to stick with us till around 8, 9 o'clock. But past 10 o'clock, we are expecting to be dry and just really going to be tracking a big cold blast of air heading into Christmas morning. Much more on your Christmas forecast in just a little bit.
It's Christmas Eve, but it doesn't mean a holiday for our local hospitals or the patients they're seeing right now. There are more than 230 COVID patients combined at these 3 hospitals right now. Both AU Health and doctors saw an increase in patients from yesterday. University saw a small decrease, but they still have 114 COVID patients. And a staggering number of new cases out of Georgia today, breaking a record. More than 7,900 new cases today, beating the old record set Tuesday by more than 1,700. In South Carolina, 2,200 new cases. That's 13 straight days of at least 2,000 cases in the Palmetto State. With that in mind, a lot of people are working to be more careful for Christmas after the rise we saw following Thanksgiving. Brady Trapnell talks to local doctors about what they say we should keep in mind for tomorrow.
Even weeks after Thanksgiving, hospitals are still seeing its impact.
I really would encourage people to be incredibly cautious, keep the gathering small. Every person you add to a gathering is additional risk.
Dr. Philip Kuhl, the Chief Medical Officer of AU Health, says he understands the challenge it is. It's Christmas, and it's hard to imagine not being with family.
I know my family is personally struggling with how we do this. And how we do it in a responsible way.
Health officials say there's several ways to be responsible. Wear masks, social distance, especially during meals. And if anyone is high risk, it's best to have Christmas with just your household.
Health officials say it may seem harsh, but they saw it too many times during Thanksgiving. You want many more Christmases with your loved one, and you don't want them ending up in here.
Yes, it's terrible. We want everyone to be together, but we really need to consider the longer-term implications of what may happen.
By being cautious, you can also ease the stress on a stretched healthcare system that health officials say is likely to be pushed to its boundaries after Christmas.
Please consider those that are most at risk. Please consider that you want many more Christmases, not just this one.
Hope is already here, and it will be open for us all in just a few more months, with normal holidays ahead. Reporting in Augusta, Brady Trapnell on your side.
AU says they've been vaccinating as many people as they can before the Christmas holiday. More than 3,000 of their healthcare staff have been vaccinated in the past few days. The first round of Gold Cross EMS employees get vaccinated today. That was this morning at the Gold Cross office on Wheeler Road. The emergency services company got 300 doses of Moderna vaccines last night. They say the shipment is really a light at the end of the tunnel.
This is a great Christmas present. We are so excited. All of our employees that started getting shots in the last few days, it's just a great feeling. It's kind of a shot of hope is what we're kind of calling it around here.
A total of 300 employees will get vaccinated with this shipment. They say they expect to vaccinate more employees and other first responders soon. Gold Cross says they can also vaccinate the public once it becomes available. More people in Georgia are slowly but surely getting vaccinated. So far, more than 2,600 people in the Peach State have gotten the vaccine. Hundreds of thousands of vaccine doses have gone out to Georgia hospitals. 125,000 of the Pfizer vaccine and almost 160,000 of the Moderna vaccine, with about 15,000 more still expected. 2 inmates die in local jails this morning around 8:15 at the Richmond County Jail. 31-year-old Travis Smith was found unresponsive in his cell. The GBI has been called in to investigate. We're told it appears to have been a medical issue. Then in the Columbia County Jail, a former Richmond County deputy was found dead in his cell. John Sharkey went missing for a few days back in November. When deputies found him, he led them on a chase into South Carolina. Sharkey was then arrested a couple weeks later and charged with aggravated stalking. Just days before Christmas, a family loses everything in a house fire. You can see the damage to this inside of his home on Old Savannah Road. Now the family with 6 kids has to stay in a hotel for Christmas. But Nick Proto shows us they're getting some help for the holidays.
Christmas decorations line the outside of the Bell family's home along Old Savannah Road, but the mood is anything but festive. This was supposed to be their first Christmas in their new home after living in a hotel for 4 months.
A year ago, we was in a hotel, and we just had got back on our feet, and we fought so hard to get on our feet, and it's like, got taken away.
A fire started in the kitchen, consuming the home and burning up everything they own.
It was like a movie. We didn't know what to do. It got out of control. We just got the family out of the house. We made sure there wasn't no kids or animals left anywhere, and we called 911 and just watched it burn down.
In the blink of an eye, Belle, her husband, and their 6 kids needed a place to stay.
In a lot of hotels, they don't accept us because we're such a big family.
They finally got a room in the Windgate Hotel in Augusta, staying in a room with 1 bed for $100 a night. Bell posted on Facebook asking for help in any way, shape, or form, and the responses have been overwhelming.
We have had a great amount of donations from the cities, from different states. It's just been tremendous.
The Bells live by the motto, stay humble and keep the faith, and they say their kids give them the energy to keep pushing.
Seeing them, just knowing that we made it out safe and they're here with us today. Some people don't have their kids with them, so we're just blessed that we got out and all of them be together. We always been a family together.
In Augusta, Nick Proto, on your side.
A strong family right there. If you want to help this family, we'll tell you how on this story on our website. You can also reach out to us. You can send an email to newsroom@wrdw.com. More help for local families this Christmas Eve. Kids who rely on school breakfast and lunch for most of the year getting free meal deliveries today from the YMCA. The organization doesn't usually do this during Christmas break, but Celeste Springer says this year they saw a greater need.
Box after box after box. Thousands filled with food for families in our area who might need a hand this time of year. People like Elaine Jacobs, who received a meal delivered by a bus just in time for Christmas.
They help a lot. They help a lot. Especially when you don't have a way to the store.
Kids from different neighborhoods lined up for their bag.
Multiple school systems have called. Some teachers are worried about some of their kids. We've just been inundated with calls on making sure that the kids are fed through the holiday season while schools are out.
The Family Y says getting food like this to families is nothing new, but what is delivering it all on Christmas Eve. They say they've seen an increased need due to the pandemic. In a typical year, they usually distribute about 200 to 300,000 meals. This year, it's coming close to 1 million.
Families are still unemployed. That's the call that we got earlier in the week from the Housing Authority. It was like rent or food what can we do to help the families.
And help, they did. Some parents say it makes all the difference.
More especially like when they be out of school, she eats nonstop, so.
The Family Y says they were more than happy to step up, buckle up, and serve meals on Christmas Eve. And the family's thankful for the holiday spirit.
I appreciate it, and it helps me out. And hopefully everybody else appreciate what they do.
Celeste Springer on your side.
Thanks, Celeste. The Family Y also has blessing boxes available to pick up at all of their locations. We'll have the link to register for those on our website. Beautiful sounds right there. Not everyone gets to spend Christmas together this year. So to spread some holiday cheer, Wrdw's family and church congregation stood in the cold and sang Christmas carols outside her hospital window. They drove 2 hours from Walton County, Georgia to see Rhonda, who is waiting to receive a bone marrow transplant at AU Health. Rhonda's church members say the long drive was a small sacrifice to pay.
And if one person's hurting, a true congregation, everyone should be hurting. And a family separated from their children for Christmas, if we could just shine just a little ray of hope. That's truly what Christmas is about.
That's exactly what Christmas is about. You cannot put a price tag on the best gifts. What a beautiful way to celebrate the holidays with her. Well, if you were hoping for a white Christmas this year, there's snow in the forecast this weekend over at Wesley United Methodist Church. They say with the help of a snow machine, they're having a full-on snow day. It'll be on the front lawn of the church just off North Bel Air Road. Organizers say snow will be falling there between 7 and 10 in the morning on Saturday. Well, we told you about the amazing thing this 7-year-old girl did yesterday. Little Riley saved all of her Chick-fil-A points to buy 19 sandwiches for Columbia County deputies and firefighters. When she went to Chick-fil-A, they doubled her order for free and turned the sandwiches into full meals. Riley says she just wanted to come up with a way to pay them back.
We were trying to do it because we knew that they were helping us a lot and trying to make sure that all of us are safe and sound.
Riley has also made kits to bring to local homeless shelters, packed with toiletries, socks, even some snacks. Way to go, Riley. Way to give back. And I know Santa's going to send you a lot of gifts. What a sweet story.
Current temperature divide, we are at 61 degrees here in Augusta, but look at Atlanta, 35. We have some really intense cold air moving in very quickly once we're on that Christmas Day forecast coming up.
Trading in the trains for trees, we're checking out one of Aiken's best holiday traditions, and this year it was bigger than ever. And we want to see your Christmas decorations. Check out these lights putting on a show at a home on Kirkwood Drive in Evans. Send us your Christmas lights. Here's how you can do that.
Old Mac, the news content of this advertising.
More decorations to show you this Christmas Eve. A live look at an impressive Christmas lights display tonight. And you see Santa right there. He's at the North Pole. He's just everywhere today. And this is on Piedmont Avenue in North Augusta, right down the road from Belvedere Elementary. Riley, it's been a gloomy Christmas Eve. How is Christmas Day looking?
Christmas week, as we roll into the new year, looks like those temperatures do bump up.
Breaking news just into the newsroom. We've been hearing reports of a shooting in Augusta on Milledgeville Road. Details are still very limited. We do have a crew there right now, and we're going to let you know more as soon as we learn it, so just stick with us. Well, if you head over to the Aiken Train Museum this time of year, you'll see some pretty awesome Christmas trees. They're decorated by our local businesses, and as Will Rio shows us, they're spreading some much-needed holiday cheer.
People usually go to the Aiken Train Museum for, well, trains. But right now, they have a new attraction.
This year is the largest year we've had. We had 18 trees this year, which is great. Never know what we're going to get, and we've had the quality of trees has been absolutely wonderful.
It's called the Festival of Trees, and local businesses and organizations can promote themselves by decorating a tree.
We even have one woman that comes down from New York. She and her husband come down every year, and they make sure to come here to see the trees. So it brings in a lot of people, and people love them, and it brings some joy to a lot of the community.
The City of Aiken Visitor Center saw more than 1,800 people come through their doors last year. Wyatt says it's good for small businesses to get noticed, especially during the pandemic.
By having a tree here, they can get their name out and gain business, or perhaps it's an organization where people can come and get help or volunteer.
Organizations like the Aiken-Barnwell Mental Health Center that knows 2020 has been a rough year and put encouraging messages on their tree. Or the Moms League of Aiken that was created to help moms during the pandemic.
It's really nice to see all the people come through and light up and say, oh, this one's really great, or this one's funny, or this one's really beautiful. I think it's elegant, or wow, this particular group helped my family member in the past, and I'm glad to see him here.
Wyatt says besides the trains, his favorite part is seeing people light up after the tour.
It's a very nice feeling to have such a wide variety and see everyone come through and be happy with what they see.
In Aiken, Will Rio, on your side.
Despite the year coming to a close, many are still struggling with unemployment, and with no end in sight for this pandemic, how are state officials working to make sure Georgians get the help they need? Stick with us.
Advertising.
The Live Eye Camera Network is brought to you by Mountaineer Pest Services.
It's an issue that's been going on for months. Unemployment in Georgia. Thousands are still waiting on benefits. Amanda Aguilar spoke to the Department of Labor on if they made any changes to help solve the issue.
We have a Christmas tree, and that's our Christmas gift.
Christmas morning will look different for Taryn Williams, his wife, and 2 kids.
Where's this Spider-Man motorcycle thing that I asked for? I thought Santa would bring it, and that's tough. Like, how do you deal with that?
Just a few gifts under the tree, as this year was full of many sacrifices for the family after Williams was laid off in July due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
We've sold pretty much everything that we have that can be sold. We've had to really get desperate.
Williams says he was receiving benefits when his employer filed for him, but then he was notified his employer was going to stop filing on his behalf. He called the Wrdw office and was told he'd have to file an individual claim, and that's when things took a turn. Williams' account was flagged for fraud, so he confirmed his identity on the Wrdw's ID.me tool. Still, no payments and no contact from the Department of Labor. Like many unemployed Georgians, Williams was desperate for answers, spending hours on the phone to reach an agent.
And their voicemail says, we care. We care about you. We value you. But that's not what it's saying.
He even downloaded a phone app that schedules and sends emails automatically.
It'll start at this time and what time you want it to send.
Williams tried to be patient, but says there was a lot of frustration.
I know you're inundated, but hire more people. You've got to make it happen.
I spoke to GDOL's commissioner, Mark Butler, who says that is happening. The office is hiring people, but it's difficult. Butler says the starting pay is less than what people are getting for unemployment, so not many people want to apply. Also, they're not having luck with temp agencies.
We had one temp agency that we brought on that brought 40 people online to help us, and then within about 4 weeks we lost half of them because they said the work was too stressful, too hard.
According to the GDOL, around 350 people worked in the unemployment department before the pandemic. That number is now around 1,000. Is there anything else that you believe could help get the process moving faster?
Well, we're doing everything that you can do. Outside, you're hiring more people, you're having more people doing the different tasks, different ways to get in touch with us.
Butler tells me there is no backlog in processing claims. Well, then what is holding things up?
Since April 1st, there's been 170,000 appeals filed, and 130,000 of those appeals are not even an appealable thing.
Appeals can only be filed when there's a discrepancy with the reason of separation between the claimant and employer. Each appeal, valid or not, must be looked at manually by an agent, which can hold other claims up. Butler says in addition, some people might not receive payments because they didn't finish the ID.me process or aren't claiming for unemployment online.